Hello and welcome back to another episode. Another episode. Another episode of ZB Monologue. So today I'll be sharing with you why I was initially ashamed of my tummy when I was pregnant. This is a really touchy subject, so I hope I don't get emotional throughout the video, but I'll give it my best shot. Yeah, alright, so let's start. So anybody who knows me knows that I've always wanted to be two things: barefoot and pregnant. I've always wanted to be barefoot and pregnant. That was always my dream from like 12 years old, when I was conscious of what it is to dream and expect and everything. So but then I hit 25 and I was in a new country. I never had my family. I was looking at a job, and I was in a job, and I needed to get maternity leave. I found out I was pregnant and everything. So the entire situation, it just gave me a new mindset, like a reality check, that I couldn't be barefoot because I couldn't be barefoot because I needed to hustle. I needed to make ends meet. And in my head, it was very clear. The vision was very clear. I'd have Zoya or my baby girl running up outside, and I'd be at the kitchen sink washing the dishes with my huge tummy, with my baby boy snuggled inside, and I'd be like, bliss. Like, it was like a fairy tale. But then 25 hit, and we ain't living in no fairy tale, right? And it was just a matter of me trying to make ends meet. I realized I couldn't be barefoot, I couldn't be at home washing up dishes or whatever, because I needed to be out there. I needed to grind. And so I had to shed that part. I could not be, you just poo-pooed, baby. I could not be barefoot. Yes, I was pregnant, but I needed to give up the very essence of the pregnancy that I was looking forward to, the huge tummy part. Because I wanted the huge tummy, I wanted the back pain, I wanted the painful foot that needed my husband's constant care. I wanted all of that. Call me crazy, but that was exactly what I wanted. But then the reality hit me, and I needed to just give up on the huge tummy part. And that's because I was in a job where I just got the job, and I didn't want them to fire me because they realized that I was pregnant. Yes, no, I know that they maybe couldn't have fired me because it would have been discrimination, but in the moment I just wasn't seeing clearly, and I just kept praying that my tummy wouldn't grow any bigger, praying that they wouldn't realize that I was pregnant. And then there were moments where I would hide my tummy when it was growing beyond where I could hide it. I was using clothing to hide my tummy, and then one day it just hit me literally. This feeling of being ashamed, not ashamed of my situation, but just ashamed of me, of how I was acting as if she wasn't made in love, acting as if she wasn't created under all the right circumstances, acting as if conditions had to be in for her to be, to be created, for her to be born, more favorable conditions. I was ashamed that I was acting as if I wasn't married, I wasn't, I was in this alone. I was acting as if I was ashamed of her, and I definitely wasn't. And that was all that I needed, just that thing to just drop in my spirit, that you need to get it together. Like, I cannot be growing a baby in my womb feeling ashamed, because what are the implications of it in the future? What am I passing to her in my womb? Because she can sense my emotions, she can sense my anxiousness, everything. And I'm like, this is not one thing that I'm willing to pass to her. I'm not willing to prioritize fleeting situations for more lasting ones, because at the end of the day, the job is the job. They can't replace me immediately, and I'm here feeling ashamed of creating such a lovely being. I'm like, that's it, I'm stopping right now. I immediately felt pride. I felt God's grace, the fact that I was able to carry another human being within me, and to know that the conditions, the situations that created her were perfect. Perfect, if ands, but maybe not, because she was created in love. She was made in the right situations. No other situations could have. All the universe aligned for her. It doesn't matter if I was ready. It doesn't matter if, you know, the conditions were ready. In my head, they were already in the universe, and that is all that really mattered. And it's very interesting. You don't want to poo-poo, baby. You just poo-pooed a while ago. Come. And it's really interesting that I needed something as small as a tummy to let me realize that my priorities were totally wrong. But it just goes to show that, you know, when you have visions for your life, it can take just like the simplest of things to throw you totally off balance, and for you to not realize what you have, and for you to give up or not place value on what is really important. And I look back now and I realize that I never want her to feel like she was a mistake. And I debated about whether or not I should have, you know, shared the story, but I just felt like I needed just to be honest and just to show that, you know, it doesn't matter if persons feel or look like, you know, they have it all together. There are some dark moments that they go through. There are some less than ideal, less than storybook moments, and it's okay. It's definitely okay, because a story is more powerful shared than hidden, I believe. And there are a lot of persons in when I was feeling how I was feeling, I'm like, get it together. There are a lot of persons who wish that they had a huge tummy, who wish that they had a baby growing inside you, and you have a baby growing inside you, and you're there being, you know, like unappreciative. Get it together. And I just wanted to share it so that I can probably share hope to somebody who, you know, maybe in a situation, not necessarily pregnancy, but maybe in a situation where you feel like, you know, it's clashing with your vision for your life, your initial vision for your life, and you're maybe ashamed, or you're maybe downtrodden, and you're maybe just out of it. But get it together. Those feelings, the situation that you're in is fleeting. What is more important? What is the toss-up? Like, really and truly, what is really important in life? Temporary discomfort for permanent gain, you know? Zoya, listen to me. Are you listening? Okay. So I really wanted to share the story because I really wanted Zoya to know in the future that the universe aligned just for her. All the conditions were perfect, and that she was made perfect and made in love. Look at this girl. Look at this girl. I am here pouring my heart to her, and she's looking at the bird. But yes, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Sleepy Monologue. That's it from my girl and I. Say bye, Zoya. Mwah. Mwah. Alright, take care. Take care.